Hi YouTube, I'm Joshua Duffarina. This is going to be my constructive criticism to Squidward Tentacles. He appeared with Patrick and Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob episode Day Without Tears. Now I thought of that. SpongeBob episode Day Without Tears was supposed to feature only SpongeBob, Gary, and Sandy in it. Okay, because, I was giving my constructive criticism to Squidward because he keeps yelling at SpongeBob. Gonna be honest with you, all the time he does not think things through, and he needs to apologize for yelling at SpongeBob. Yeah, you guys move that time trial so that I can go back to February 2010 asking Nickelodeon to make SpongeBob, Sandy, and Gary be featured only in SpongeBob episode Day Without Tears, so that I can make the wish come true, so that I can have SpongeBob appearing with Sandy and Gary only in SpongeBob episode Day Without Tears. SpongeBob, Sandy, and Gary appearing without Squidward, without Patrick, and without Mr. Krabs, okay? Because if you watch SpongeBob episode Karate Island, you'll see that SpongeBob and Sandy have larger character roles in it. Sandy Cheeks saw SpongeBob outside and all that some stuff, and she came with SpongeBob to Karate Island. And while at Karate Island, Sandy saved SpongeBob, which that was a good thing. So, here's going to be the new rules for Squidward. Next time, whenever new SpongeBob episodes come out, if Squidward continues to be mean, I'm going to do constructive criticism video on YouTube, giving Squidward one warning. If he continues to yell at SpongeBob and telling him to stop crying, I'm going to get the company to be forced at legal point to replace Roger Bumpus and force Roger Bumpus at legal point to star in The Simpsons. Have Jim Carrey or Will Smith to play Squidward and change Squidward's character and whatnot and make him nicer and all this junk. And Squidward, it's your fault for hating SpongeBob and everybody. And yeah, now I thought about SpongeBob Day Without Tears. Now I thought of that. And it was supposed to feature only, SpongeBob was supposed to appear with Sandy and Gary only in the episode. SpongeBob stay at the Krusty Krab alone without Squidward and Mr. Krabs working there and whatnot. Have Squidward, Mr. Krabs, and Patrick be absent and not appear in SpongeBob episode Day Without Tears. So, Squidward, it's your fault for hating everybody, and Roger Bumpus, it's your fault for not changing Squidward's character to be nicer and kind and loving and caring to SpongeBob and everybody. Well, I watched a few SpongeBob episodes where Squidward's nicer. Okay, but not all of them, okay? Whoever got Roger Bumpus to play Squidward, that Roger Bumpus needs to be banished from SpongeBob for life and force Roger Bumpus at legal point to star in The Simpsons. Play a character that's a parody to Squidward. A character that appeared, a character that's similar to Squidward in The Simpsons. So if you guys watch some episodes have SpongeBob references. Okay. Squidrio is a parody of Squidward. So I want to say that Will Smith or Jim Carrey will be forced at legal point to replace Roger Bumpus, to be cast as Squidward, to make Squidward nicer and kind to SpongeBob and everybody. And I'm going to be honest with you, all the time he does not think things through. He doesn't think things through at all. And he needs to learn that hating on everybody is wrong. Now, thanks to Roger Bumpus not changing Squidward's character to be nicer in all episodes of SpongeBob, now we have to get Will Smith or Jim Carrey to replace Roger Bumpus and be cast as Squidward and force Roger Bumpus legally to be forced to star in The Simpsons. Because I ain't going to put up with Squidward being rude and all this mess, okay? You know, that Squidward needs to apologize for yelling out Krabby Patty Nothing and apologize for telling SpongeBob to stop crying. And I'm going to be upset at Sandy for not appearing in SpongeBob episode Day Without Tears. And I'm going to be mad at Squidward, Mr. Krabs, and Patrick for appearing in SpongeBob episode of Day Without Tears. Now I thought of that. I wanted a Day Without Tears episode of SpongeBob to feature SpongeBob with Sandy and Gary only, okay? So that Sandy could cheer up SpongeBob when SpongeBob's crying and whatnot without Squidward stopping him, okay? So that's my rule to Squidward. You know, Squidward needs to apologize for hating SpongeBob and everybody. And he needs to apologize for yelling out Krabby Patty Nothing. And he needs to apologize for telling SpongeBob stop crying. And he needs to apologize for hating his job at the Krusty Krab and all that. And since Roger Bumpus didn't change Squidward's character to be nicer, kind, and loving to SpongeBob in all episodes and all that, we'll have to get Will Smith or Jim Carrey to replace Roger Bumpus. You know, force Roger Bumpus legally to force him to star in The Simpsons. You know, get Roger Bumpus to play Squidwario. Let's see if I'm correct about The Simpsons. Trying to find a photo of, there you go. Hold on. There, that's the character. Squidward. This is a character that Roger Bumpus will have to be forced legally to play. This is a character Roger Bumpus needs to be cast as. He needs to be cast as Squidwardcamari. That's the character Roger Bumpus needs to play in. Because we want Squidward to be nicer and kind. Because hating somebody is wrong. Okay? Nobody gets to hate on anybody but me. Okay? I don't hate everybody, okay? I don't hate everybody, okay? What I meant to say is, I dislike what people do and all that, okay? So we need Roger Bumpus to be banned from SpongeBob episodes for life for not changing Squidward's character by being nicer. And force Will Smith or Jim Carrey legal point to play Squidward by changing Squidward's character, and force Roger Bumpus legally to be banished from SpongeBob episodes for life. And this would teach Squidward constructive criticism for not being nicer to SpongeBob and everybody. You know, now I thought about SpongeBob episode Day Without Tears. I wanted SpongeBob episode of Day Without Tears, have SpongeBob appear in, which he does. I wanted him to be featured with Sandy and Gary only, without Squidward, without Mr. Krabs, and without Patrick, and without Squidward, okay? I want Sandy to cheer up SpongeBob when SpongeBob cries, so that Squidward or anybody will not barge in SpongeBob's place or the Krusty Krab to stop SpongeBob from crying at all. So, Squidward, it's your fault for hating on anybody. How about you just shut up and follow my rules on YouTube, okay? Because I'm happy that you're nicer to Mr. Krabs in a foster care. You are doing a great job being a stepdad, Squidward. I mean, no, not a stepdad, okay? I mean a foster dad. No, not have Squidward as a stepdad, okay? He's doing a great job being a foster dad to Mr. Krabs. And Mr. Krabs' nephews are in the foster care as well. But still, I think SpongeBob is hilarious all the time. I'm going to be honest with you about this topic. I'm going to be honest with you. All the time Squidward doesn't think things through and doesn't apologize. You know, I'm giving my constructive criticism to Squidward because he keeps hating on SpongeBob and everybody. And Roger Bumpus did not change Squidward's character by being nicer. But maybe we didn't need Squidward to be happy without SpongeBob, okay? But maybe we didn't need Squidward's life to be before SpongeBob. We didn't want Squidward's life in Bikini Bottom before SpongeBob at all. Maybe we just didn't. We did not need Squidward to be nicer, SpongeBob. You know what? I found out on the trivia on SpongeBob Truth or Square on SpongeBob Wikia, it said SpongeBob did not grow up in Bikini Bottom and Squidward dislikes him because his pineapple crashed into Squidward's garden. What? That's rude. What? That's not rude for Squidward to be... That's no reason for Squidward to be mad when SpongeBob first moved to Bikini Bottom. Whoever's in charge of making SpongeBob episodes, I mean, God, Roger Bumpus needs to be fired and banished from starring in SpongeBob. No, not have him fired from every shows, okay? No, Roger Bumpus, you're not going to be fired from playing newer characters and old characters, okay? You're just going to be fired for playing Squidward. You could still keep your job being an actor, okay? But you'll be banished from SpongeBob show for life and banished from them episodes for life for not changing Squidward's character to be nicer. And I thought, well, this is my constructive criticism to Squidward right now. Roger Bumpus, you're not going to get fired. I take that back, Roger Bumpus. You're not going to get fired, okay? You're just going to be forced at legal point to stop playing Squidward in all episodes of SpongeBob, and get Will Smith and Jim Carrey forced legally to play Squidward. You know, have Squidward be nicer to SpongeBob and whatnot. You know, stop Squidward from hating on him and everybody, because hating somebody is wrong and you can possibly get in trouble for it. And Squidward, since you laughed about SpongeBob being gone, you're in trouble too. But anyway, you're being a foster dad to Mr. Krabs and his nephews. I'm proud of you, Squidward, for being a new foster dad to Mr. Krabs and 3 of his nephews. So here's first 2 crimes Betsy Krabs committed. She grounded her son, Mr. Krabs, and now she fooled the fire department. So the police and firemen, they tell Betsy, since she fooled the fire department and since she grounded Mr. Krabs, they will have to shut her up where she can't punish and ground Mr. Krabs and shut her up where she can't do any more harm. So Betsy Krabs will have to be shutting up. She'll have to be shutting up where she can't ground Mr. Krabs and where she cannot fool the fire department. So Betsy Krabs is taken away, shut in a prison for minimum 20 years. So Mr. Krabs is taken to foster care for minimum 20 years, living with Squidward and 3 of his nephews. 3 nephews that look like Mr. Krabs. Alright, that's my constructive criticism. Bye.